Now shifting our focus on the AMRI fire disaster that struck early last month. The Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry, or FICCI, has issued a public statement on the AMRI fire and subsequent arrests, demanding the immediate release of those arrested. Now this comes exactly 3 weeks after 7 AMRI directors were arrested under charges section 304 of the IPC, that is culpable homicide not amounting to murder. From judicial custody, the 6 out of the 7 directors are now remanded in. In a strongly worded statement, FICCI said those who were not responsible in the day-to-day operations of the business should be released. Now, it said it would prevent the spread of negative sentiments among investors. And for more on this, we would connect to our correspondent Tamal Shah from the newsroom. Tamal, over to you.
Thanks, Anindo. Now, the police have arrested 7 of the 14 AMRI directors after the fire broke out on December 9 that killed more than 90 people. Now, 6 directors, namely S.K. Todi, Ravi Todi, Prashant Goenka, Manish Goenka, Radhesham Goenka and Dayanand Goenka are now lodged at the Alipur Central Jail. If you remember, the other arrested director, R.S. Agarwal, is undergoing treatment at SSKM Hospital. Now, the Chief Minister, Mamata Banerjee's quick, prompt intervention and rapid action probably helped diffuse the anger of the people on the tragic day, that is the morning of December 9. Especially after with the initial probe it emerged that the hospital authorities delayed in alerting the fire brigade. Now as days have passed without any fresh arrests, a perception that only industrialists were being picked up has now begun to surface. Now there was soon widespread resentment among the industry representatives who feel the crackdown was not completely justified. Now finally, FICCI has come down heavily and it has released a press statement which is on my hand, if you can see. This statement was released on January 2nd, in which it clearly demanded the immediate release of those arrested, those who are not responsible in the day-to-day operations. Rajiv Kumar, the Federation Secretary General, told media that there is widespread simmering discontent among industrialists, which is not good for the prospect of Bengal, which makes sense. Now, the chamber thinks those who were responsible should be punished, but this must happen in a transparent and non-discriminatory manner. Those are the 2 very strong words on Indo. Now, the statement says, and I quote, "It is important to fix the responsibility of those directly involved in the managing the hospital and distinguish them from others. They should be undertaken transparently and objectively." It further goes on to add that those who are not found guilty and are not responsible for day-to-day operations of any business should be released immediately. This is only fair and will also prevent the spread of any negative sentiment within the domestic investor community. And finally, it says that FICCI desires to work closely with the government of West Bengal to promote investment and accelerate economic activity across all sectors of economy. Now, while the administration is leaving no stone unturned to build a strong case against the accused, the concern expressed in the FICCI statement is resonating across the boardroom in Bengal and beyond. The business fraternity is now asking some very serious questions. Number 1, why is that only the wealthy directors of the hospital are arrested and not the others on board, namely the government representatives or the nominees on board? This after allegations have surfaced that administration has gone soft on doctors like M.K. Chetri and Pranab Dasgupta and Director of Medical Education or DMA Sushanta Banerjee, who all are apparently also AMRI directors. The second big question, after the initial probe has already revealed who were primarily involved in the day-to-day affairs of the hospital, why are all those arrested being tarred with the same brush? So far, there has been no official statement or comments from the Bengal government on this as yet, but it's interesting to see as how they will react. Given the fact Amit Mitra, the current finance minister of the state, is also the former FICCI chief, we are expecting some sort of a statement from industrial minister of the state, Partha Chatterjee, for one simple reason. Will this now affect the industrial climate of the state, given the current treatment AMRI Group and Shachi Group being meted with, and also it has its own land policies which many industrialists doesn't find too friendly. So it's an interesting development that we have to keep a very close track on.
Kamal, if you can just hold on for a second now, there's a breaking news coming in.